Welcome back, residents of Happy Town, Factory Town. That's right, it's Operation Megatown, town. Things are going good, actually. Yeah, everything is looking pretty darned nice. Everything is flowing smoothly. It seems like reloading the game has given the cargo boats a new lease of life. Whether or not that stays that way, we'll have to wait and see. If you'll recall, in the last episode, we were having some delivery issues with regards to cargo boats, and the medicinal wraps, the medical wraps weren't really going where we wanted them to go, but thankfully it looks like we've got the better of that. Right, do we have a cart that is currently supplying fish? Yes, we do indeed. As a result of having a fish cart, I'm actually going to immediately get another fish cart because I think that we're going to need them. We're going to need a whole bunch of additional carts because in this here episode, we are going to try our very best to make sure that we are delivering in quantity all of the resources that our town needs to be happy. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're also straight off the bat going to hit our base with an upgrade, which is excellent. House max increased by 5. Holy cow. Specialty goods, new research is available. Mana purification and new research is available. Jewelry, excellent. Well, you know what? We're going to immediately get some houses, and I think we're going to see if we can try and fit some houses in building is blocked. That's fine. Remove that resource right there. We're going to see if we can try and fit some houses in fairly tightly into this space here. We're also going to see if we can try and upgrade them to the max straight away, as there's nothing really holding us back. It doesn't cost a particularly large number of resources. You may ask yourself, what the heck, Potato, has happened to the border around this inventory area up there? To that, I say I have no idea. I have no idea what's happened to the border. It's a mystery to you and to me. I am just as confused as you are. Anyway, so that's a couple of additional mouths to feed, which, you know, no doubt puts us under a little bit of additional pressure, to be honest. Very, very confused as to why the borders everywhere have seemingly gone just completely terribly wrong. Let me see if I can try and just real quick save and then reload the game, because that is very, 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 very irritating. But if it's something that we have to deal with, then it's something that we have to deal with. Okay, there we go. I mean, it doesn't impact the core gameplay loop, but it is irritating nonetheless. Anyway, are we managing to stockpile any number of resources? I mean, berries we're not doing too badly for. Grains we could definitely be doing better for. To be honest, I feel like we need another cart full of bread. Like another bread-based cart would be brilliant. I also feel like we need another fish-based cart, so let's immediately get a fish-based cart. Then we'll get a bread-based cart right here. Excellent. Let's get that to start too. Cool. Okay. Brilliant. I'm very, very happy with the progress that we've made thus far. What I also want to do is slowly but surely start ramping up all of the foresters back to max production. There were a couple of things that you may recall from the last episode that we ended up shutting down, mostly because because we didn't have the coins. We did not have the yellow coins, but now we are in an oh so fantastic yellow coin position, and we can afford to splash that cash. So that's pretty excellent. We've got 100 out of 250 happiness. That is a pretty consistent supply of foodstuffs, actually. I'm gonna hopefully see if we can try and fulfill another 3 of these requirements. Fulfilling the cooked beef would be really, really good. Fulfilling the cooked chicken would be good, and fulfilling the egg requirement would also be really, really good. And I'm trying to do that over the course of this episode. In addition to that, we also hopefully want to end up solidifying our blue coin production, because as soon as we start a little bit of research that requires blue coins, I highly suspect we are gonna be looking for more coins. Also, steam power. Let's get steam power all squared away. Ooh, yes, this is another important reminder. I tell you what, whilst we're waiting whilst we're waiting and chatting about what I want to chat about, let's actually work on deep mining. So we'll use some of our blue coins and some of our research books. Anyway, we've pretty much stopped all selling of resources at the general store, which is a bit of a problem actually. Like we've got close to zero warm coat production, and that is mostly because we've completely eliminated all of the feed that is arriving at the pasture over here. So let's get that sorted like right now. I know that at the very end of the episode we had to drastically try and rework this entire setup. And to be honest, I'm still not satisfied that I actually understand how boats work and the height that they are actually required to operate at. But you know what? That's fine. We can still try our best. Right, let me do that. Let me remove the resources over here. Remove all of the cotton. It's absolutely not required. Cool. And then we'll take this back, because what I suspect we will end up doing, that's right, top little tip for you here, we're going to be able to just reverse the polarity of this belt, because it's much easier to drag down than it is to drag up. So we're going to end up doing something like, to be honest, I think I'd like to do one scaffold block out here and then drag down to there, up there, back, and all the way along, just like so. That is perfect. Right, now this area over here, this area also needs feed bags. It only needs one bag of animal feed, though. A similar elevation structure may well be required. Why don't we try and do something like this? Doesn't line up perfectly with the old structure, but at least we know that the height guarantees clearance for the boats underneath. Very, very important. Yep. Drag it all the way back up. Excellent. All the way across here. Down onto our existing belt. I tell you what, let's just continue across there and make it a nice straight scaffolded brand new belt. Okay, so that is going to restart production of the warm coats at a pretty fast rate, to be honest. Like we've got a decent amount of bags of feed coming into this pasture, and to be honest, we may look to upgrade the pasture again. I think we've already upgraded it once. We could definitely look to upgrade it again. Yeah, so if we need to get additional wool, we probably would look to do that. Hey, look at that. Mineshaft and supply pickaxes. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that later. Mineshafts can be built underground to extend the range of mines. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated, video game. Right, so this wagon is almost certainly in the running to be deleted. I feel like the warm coat conundrum can also be sorted with the help. Oh no. Oh no, it's just empty. Fine. We're just waiting for the old medicinal herbs there. And we are waiting for the fish antidote boat to deliver the goods. Why is this not delivering to the... That's ointment waiting right there. That's really bad. Okay. Ah, I see what the issue is. I see what the issue is. The issue is that it's coming out the door. It's coming out the door. Literally, the ointment is being kicked out the door. Either way, that's super easy to rectify. Actually, glad that I spotted that. Okay, so red coins will start to go up because we are selling the warm jackets, although they're being sold through the base as inventory. So they're being delivered to the base and then they are being moved on to the general store just through wagons in town. Is that a setup that I'm particularly happy about? I mean, not really, to be honest, but it's not awful. It's not awful. It's definitely workable. Definitely something that I can live with. The one thing that does concern me is that we just don't have anywhere near enough wool coming in to the workshop here. Maybe it's worth getting an upgrade, but even if I get an upgrade, will that boost the speed sufficiently in order to give us enough wool? We're running pretty much at full pelt for both leather and wool production. Right, go for another upgrade. Sure, what the heck. We've got plenty of yellow coins. We're in a really, really great yellow coin position. Yeah, and now we are really, really, really tight to the ground in terms of animal feed. But it does give us a slightly accelerated warm coat production. Let me take away the number of workers that we have working in the shop there. Cool. Okay, that might just be fine. Might just be fine. Very, very close to where we want it to be. Okay, so that is that optimized. The only thing that does concern me about this whole process, as I've already said, is the delivery network. I'm not super happy with the way that things are delivered, but that's okay. That is okay. We can learn to live with that. I would just prefer in the future if we're able to deliver via rail, as I think that is the way that we're going to try and get everything delivered going forward. Like, I feel like we're kind of close to getting to that point. You know, with a little bit of reorganization, we should be almost there. I sort of highlighted how I wanted to get railway to sort of loop around the back of the apothecary. I think looping around the back of the food market, looping around the back of the general store is probably what's going to happen in the future going forward, because it does such a good job of like satisfying all of the food categories. Beef production, yeah, I mean egg production should be relatively easy to deal with as well, actually, because we've already got this barn which is dealing with a whole bunch of whatchamacallit, feed bags. Tell you what, why don't we see if we can do egg production? We'll do egg production. We should be able to do it relatively easily. We'll do egg production here, right? We'll do egg production. We are actually going to need a lot of egg production. Eggs are fairly easy to deal with, though, as it is literally just feed and a well. There we go. And that goes in there. Excellent. So just feed bags and that's it. Now, the eggs can be delivered raw, I believe. The eggs can be delivered raw to the food market, and in fact, they should be delivered raw to the food market. Otherwise, I mean, you're not getting what you pay for or something. So we can just ship these straight away onto a boat that is waiting in a silo. That goes over there. Excellent. And the grabber goes in that orientation right over yonder. Brilliant. There's no output. There's no fertilizer output. There's nothing like that. So that is excellent. That is another thing that is sort of checked off the list. The only thing, man, I love these cargo boats. I flippin' love these cargo boats. Let's see if it actually works as a method of transport. Does it zone all the way around? It looks good. Looks good for now. Yeah, the only thing that I worry about is making sure that we have enough minecarts and we have enough capacity. No, this needs to be fish here. Right, fish satisfaction category. Brilliant. And then we're going to grab ourselves an additional belt here. Okay. Item filter. Oh, no. This grabber is only going to output eggs. Yeah. I don't know what it counts as a satisfaction category, but given that it's only eggs in the satisfaction category, basic food, it literally counts as egg. Okay, I don't know if there is a dedicated satisfaction category for eggs. I don't think there is, as I say, given that it's just literally one foodstuff, but that's fine. Right, we're also going to grab a minecart or two. Whenever we add a new foodstuff, we need to immediately see if we can try and add two minecarts. Play and play. Excellent. And that is gonna be that. This is looking very, very good. We're gonna also add this. And this is only going to store eggs, which is also similarly pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Not super happy about this belt setup, but as I say, it's probably going to change at some point in the future. We don't need to worry about it too much at this moment in time. 44 eggs waiting over there. Very, very nice indeed. What's holding us back? It's actually water production. Cool. Wonderful. Okay, throw that in there. That should give us slightly more consistent eggy output, which is grand. The barn is slowly being bled dry of animal feed, although that is through no fault of the barn, and is mostly down to the fact that our grain mill situation is suboptimal. Let's see if we can add 2 additional grain mills. Now, am I going to be able to supply this with just one singular chute? Chutes are good, but are they that good? I don't know about that. Let's hope that they're that good, because we don't have the space around this barn to supply more than one chute. We could supply another barn via another chute system, but I mean, look, that's at this point it just gets too complicated, and we should probably start like another you know, grain production area or whatever. Let's copy that. Excellent. Okay. So that should put off the inevitable grain drain for a while longer. This farm, I will say, is doing a spectacular job. A spectacular job. We have neglected to worry about fertilizer for a while, which has caused somewhat of a shortage, must say. Not over the moon about that. Not over the moon about that at all. Let's get that rectified. We can always do with spending a little bit of fertilizer. We've got a huge amount of excess fertilizer to burn through, so that's great. The amount of grain that we are now drawing down on is tremendous, actually. It is tremendous. In fact, there is so much. There's so much stuff. There's so much grain here that it's worth me straight up just trying to make sure that this farm is absolutely maxed out. Absolutely maxed out. We are doing good in terms of coins, though. Like, every single coin is in a good place. Right. Throw that in there. I think we may be a little bit... We may be a little bit low on water. I mean, fertilizer, great. We're doing good in terms of fertilizer. Is it worth us just ditching... Is it worth us ditching another resource? Yeah, let's see if we can remove this tile. Now, if I put a well right there, will that actually... It won't automatically output, although if I get it to output to the same belt, then that would hopefully... Oh, that's a strat right there. So they take it in turns in outputting to the same bit of belt, which means that we have a constant supply of water. I suspect that a third well would be too much for one singular belt to handle. But maybe, you never know. Yeah, I still think it's a little bit too much, but that's fine. We can leave it there for now. Right, let's make sure that each and every one of these tiles is taken up with a bit of grain. Good stuff. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Eggs. Full of eggs. Do we, in fact, need another boat, or has our boat just got stuck? Our boats just got stuck. Oh, no. I was really hoping that the reload would have just fixed the problem. It's a real kicker, actually. That's a real kicker. Okay, well, you know what? You know what we can do? We can output eggs to this barn. I think it's this barn that we use. Right, head over there. You can't even head over there. Right, okay. Head back over here and see what we can do. We can always output eggs to this barn. over here, or even maybe we get another dedicated like food barn, like as a halfway stop. Either way, that's really really irritating. It's significantly impinging on the amount of progress that I'm going to be able to make, because I'm constantly trying to work on workarounds and whatnot. Anyway, that is what it is. Now, I want to see if we can try and bash through this steam power research. Let's get that done. Excellent. Steam power research. Let's do that. It's going to take like no time at all, I suspect. Totally acceptable in my mind to get that done as quickly as we possibly can. You know what? Let's upgrade this barn. Let's upgrade this barn as well. I just want to make sure that we are upgrading every single barn that we possibly can. Why the heck do we have planks in here? We should not have planks in here. Ah. I see what the issue is. I see immediately what the issue is. I see immediately what the issue is. I mean, look, this is fine. All we need to do is filter for stone bricks. Yeah, so we just do not allow planks to enter that barn over there. It's irritating that we've already got a couple of stone bricks over there or whatever, but that's okay. Ah, yes. Okay, so what we've actually ended up doing is outputting a couple of planks onto the stone brick belt, which has had a knock-on terrible effect. Okay, well this is pretty dreadful actually. Alright, trash those planks, trash those planks. Literally, we're only outputting planks. Okay. Gonna just try and clear this manually, as I think that's probably the best way to deal with this situation. It's pretty difficult to tell what's a plank belt, or what should be a plank belt, and what should be a stone belt. But that's okay. We'll persevere just for another second. That's all it should really take. Excellent. Steam generator, steam pipe, steam connector, steam pipe, 2 steam pipes apparently. Excellent. Steam booster and a steam engine. Now, this is going to help us reach new untold levels of efficiency. Previously unheard of levels of efficiency, in fact. Right. Are all of these machine shops working as they should? Looks that way, or will look that way. Excellent. Cool. All right. So that's a little bit of additional production. Let's increase the storage over here. Let's increase the storage over here. We want to make sure that we are producing as much iron as we possibly can, because the iron is actually super valuable for us. Right. Okay, this is going to be a food barn. Don't love doing this, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. It seemed to work as a workaround for the previous system. See if we can try and get a route from here to here, and then we'll get a route from here to here. There we go. Let's see if it works. I'm very hopeful, actually. Very, very hopeful. It's going to be another satisfaction category for food, which is great. So that's going to be eggs that we don't have to deal with any longer. Chicken and beef. Chicken and beef, truthfully, can probably be done over here as well. Although this area is getting very, very cramped. Yeah, this area is getting real cramped. Until we can get like a super fast belt, I'm not convinced that we should try and get chicken beef. That's okay though. That's okay though. Right, medicinal wraps. The apocryphy is looking fine. It's looking great. The bandage situation is suboptimal, I would say as well. Like I really would love to just get the bandages sorted. Again, ointment is causing us problems. How have we got fertilizer on this route? Oh, again, I've done a doofus. I've done a doofus. This is a tremendously bad thing to see. I've done a doofus. Okay. Look. If we have to do a little janky thing like this, then so be it. So be it. It has to be done. Okay. So, pick up fertilizer, pick up fertilizer. Pick up fertilizer. Cool. Okay, back to dedicated herb production. I really did not think that this area would be particularly problem intensive. Oh, also, we can add a steam booster. Adds 50% production speed. The problem isn't actually the speed of production. The problem is the number of resources that we have delivered. I think, honestly, working on getting metal belt would be a huge, huge get for us. It would be fantastic. Right, let's also do some more research as well, because that's always good to do. We have got no stone, apparently, which is a problem. Tell you what I'm going to do. In the meantime, I'm going to place down a harvester drill. And I'm just going to get a manual collection of resources through the use of the harvester drill, which is excellent. This pasture is creating fertilizer for us. This is almost like a totally unnecessary feature now, as we have got like more than enough fertilizer. So you know what? Let's just wipe this entire area out. Excellent. Doesn't even need to be there anymore. Grain mill destroyed. Yep. Okay, pasture, thank you very much. You've done a great service, actually. And this wagon too. Both done fantastic amount of work. But it's just too person intensive, you know? It's too worker intensive. Also, up to 188 happiness. That's just about as good as it gets. That is just about as good as it gets. That is fantastic. Really, really good to see. Let's continue the pace of research. I don't want to research too fast. Steam engine? Oh my goodness gracious me. I don't want to research too fast. And in hindsight, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't research fast. I did want to get advanced logistics a while ago. But that's fine. Mana purification is another really, really important bit of research to get. But you know what? We'll worry about that later on, because I don't think that we want to accelerate our research too much. Food satisfaction, we've crested over the 100% happiness, which is where we were, which is good. The general store, I'm just worried that the general store is just not satisfying any of our demands. Where have we got the planks coming from? Where have we got the planks coming from? We're actually delivering unrefined normal planks, which is pretty lame, actually. Pretty darned lame. What are the chances that we're able to deliver reinforced planks? I mean, we've got reinforced planks over here. I tell you what, a compromise. Let's see if we can get the steam engine, right? The steam engine looks like a very, very fun bit of tech. Let's get the steam locomotive. I've never actually used it before because the steam locomotive was only added after I returned to the game. So that is going to be super, super nice to check out. 4 flippin' herbs. 4 flippin' herbs. So much herbage. Also metal belt. I keep on getting distracted by not doing metal belt stuff. Metal belt is iron, gears, and cloth conveyors. Okay, well, we've got gears over here. What are the chances that we can get metal conveyor belt produced in this area? Right, so gear production is, or gear supply is actually fairly easy. Excellent. Cool. Then we need to ship across the belt, which is stored here. Am I happy with the place that the belt is made? I mean, to be honest, I mean, I'm not displeased with it. Not displeased with it at all. Let's leave it here for now. This barn is no longer required. Let's ditch it. Cool. Right, then we'll drag this belt over here. And we'll make sure that it is elevated appropriately. Right, so what's the height that we need? I think we need to get... No, we don't need higher than that. That's an appropriate height. Cool. All right, so we can just make sure that it's comes in at the same level. Steam engine, water pump, steam locomotive. I will have you know that I am all in on the steam locomotive, like 100% in on the steam locomotive. And I would love to move reinforced planks to the general store via steam locomotive. I'd love to do it. Also, this route I said would be replaced by a steam locomotive. I still maintain that that would be incredible to see. Right. Give me a splitter. Give me a splitter. Also, this needs to only output belt. There we go. Excellent. Cloth conveyor belts. Pick up all of that nonsense. Cool. Okay, so we're always going to have a little bit of cloth conveyor over there. Splitter. Cool. Excellent. And then that can just go in there like so. Excellent. And then that just leaves the old iron ore, which I would kind of like to get as a separate belt from this area right over here. Right. Okay, give me 2 ramps. Just like so. Don't know why I've decided to start using arches. That's not really a design choice, not really a technical choice. It's just a thing. Okay. Now this does need to be semi-permanent is not the right word. Permanent is the right word. It is supposed to be permanent. Everything that we have built thus far has designed to be sort of somewhat modular, right? So we can add on an element of additional resources if and when it is required. Right, let me just nail this. Okay. Now, are you going to be able to accept resources this high? I somehow think not, even though the building model shows that it is this tall. I don't think it's able to actually accept resources from this height. So, what if I... There we go. What if I do a down ramp? Will that make any difference? Again, I remain unconvinced that that's going to make a difference. Yeah, I think we're going to need to see 2 down ramps, to be honest. Which does present us with a slightly perplexing problem. I mean, I say slightly perplexing problem. We might actually be able to get around this. Does that do it? Somehow, I actually do not think that it will. The solution is... to raise this by 1, actually. Straight up, I think that that's what we need to do. Okay, let's raise this by 1. This is actually a really, really easy fix, which is good because I feel like I'm really hitting my stride with these sort of like semi-complex, like layered structure things. And to be honest, like I think the key to this game is making sure that you're able to like layer things in a manner that actually, you know, just works, is functional, etc. I think layering is key. And that was a demonstration of where layering can go wrong. Okay, so in there like so. This barn, am I committed to this barn being in this location? I mean, not really, essentially. Like, I can comfortably move it around a little bit. Don't love the fact that I'm going to have to do that, but if it gives me a little bit more space, then that is excellent. Right. Okay, so relink up these thingamabobs. Yep. Okay. Can I get through here, please? Kind of difficult to see what the heck I'm actually doing, but that's okay. There we go. That actually works totally fine. Totally fine. Why are you not working? You have no iron. You have no iron going in. That's going in too high? I did not even realize that. Okay, well, you know what? Every time that I discover a problem, I don't discover a solution. I discover another problem. It's the orbital potato way. Copyright, trademark, etc. It's the orbital potato way. Okay. Will that work if I get that? Ah, goodness gracious me. There we go. That'll definitely work. Excellent. Excellent. This does not work because this is too high. Again, highlights the issue that I have with the height of the machine factories. Yeah, so that is the maximum height that that resources can be put into the machine factory at. Anyway, let's see if we can get this sorted. In an ideal world, I think we'd have everything arriving in the machine factory on the ground level. There we go. That is guaranteed to work. Guaranteed to work. So let's get this to come out. Yes, we want this to come out this way, but we want it to be with scaffold blocks like so. Yep, that can come up here. Let me just retract this all just for a second. Bit complicated, bit difficult to see what the heck I'm doing. It's not complicated to understand. Complicated to witness, perhaps. Ooh, especially when I do nasty mistakes like that. Just delete belt, because apparently I can't control my actions. Right. Well, anyway, let's get this belt sorted first. That's right, I said it. It's a belt. It's a belt. Again, what are we building towards? We're building towards a properly scalable system. That is key here, folks. That is key. Right. So, have I just made a messy situation even messier? Yes, I have. I have made a messy situation even messier. Let's worry about that in just a second. Let me get the iron belt in next. The gear belt, which comes in at the ground level, is super duper easy to deal with. And is something that we don't even need to worry about. What the heck have I done here? What the heck have I done? I've created a monster. I've created an absolute monster. Right. Get this in place first. Get this belt to go down there like that. Excellent. And this belt to go down there like that. Cool. Okay, so as long as we're able to link up this belt over here to this belt over here, then we will be fine. Next part of the problem is going to be where the heck we fit this belt in from, because that's not something that I really gave much mind to. That's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah. Reverse the flow of that. I mean, it looks absolutely atrocious, actually. It looks absolutely atrocious. But you know what? It works. Again, I'm almost certain... I was stupid potato. I'm almost certain that there must be like an optimal way to do this. I'm sure that I'll get, you know, at least if I don't get close, I'll find something that ends up working for me. I mean, this system, for example, it does work for me. Right, and then we copy and paste the splitters. Splitter goes there. Excellent. Let me grab a copy of this. And I want to end up merging right in there. So what I should probably do, just take this whole shebang back. Right, now that will probably allow us to, hopefully, directly connect. I don't want to directly connect through... the... I mean, that's not actually super terrible. Tell you what, you know what? That's actually workable. That's totally workable. Let me rotate that around. And we don't even need a splitter over at this end. Cool. Right, so that just goes straight. That goes out the sides. That goes down. Excellent. Okay, so that should be a system that actually works. Now, I'm going to clear these resources out of here. Don't need to clear many out, but that's fine. Anyway, this needs to be workable because this is a very, very, very important system. The system of metal belts is key. It is crucial. Right, now, without further ado, let's reconnect this area that I butchered oh so badly. Oh, so badly. Am I even going to have the space? Yes, I will. Right, that works there. That should still give us plenty of clearance. This needs to come out over here. Link up over there. I think that should work fine. If we see gears arriving at the factory, then we know we've got it. Excellent. Okay, I mean, that is good. It's scalable, even though I don't really want to scale it out to the left or to the right. So let's just hope that we're going to be able to produce many bits of metal belt from this area right here. Now, with this newfound confidence, with this newfound speed demonry, that's right. We're going to see if we can try and upgrade this herb belt because unbeknownst to me, herbs are in high demand. I don't know if it was just when I played last, herbs weren't super utilized, or at least maybe the values have been tweaked. Anyway, I didn't really anticipate that I would need as many herbs as I do, so getting an additional herb belt would make a colossal difference. So, without further ado, let's go into paths. Let's get some metal conveyor belt, and let's upgrade the heck out of this herby route. I'm not going to be able to do it in one, but I will be able to get it done eventually. Don't even worry about it. Egg production, how's egg production looking? Egg production is actually looking fairly good. Get the barn upgraded once just to be on the safe side. Are we satisfying the egg food category? We're about 50% satisfying it. To me, that says we need another boat or we need another minecart if we've got a reasonably filled silo / barn. I'm really happy with this system, actually. I'm really happy with this system. It's good. There's lots of buffers in place. Yeah, I'm happy with it. If you're thinking that we've got too much bread, far too much bread waiting in this barn over here, we'll just wait until we end up starting to make sandwiches. When we make sandwiches, we are going to require a huge amount of bread. Right, so I think it's time for a train. I think it's time for a choo-choo train. We need steam locomotive research to be done. Oh, that's a shame. I thought we'd unlocked a steam locomotive. Well, that's no issue. There is a slight issue in the fact that we are kind of low on red coins, to be honest. Didn't really think that we would need to up our red coin production. Why is our production slowed so much? Oh, it's because we're out of cotton as well. Wowzers. Okay, turns out that, oh yes, now we're actually going to require a consistent supply of cotton for the workshop over here because we're actually utilizing our cloth conveyor belts. That's a thing. That is in fact a thing. Okay, well, you know what? This is good. This just means that we need to double up our metal conveyor belts. Our metal conveyor belt stats. We've only got 30 bits, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm not even going to be able to do this entire straight over here. However, we're getting close. We're getting very close to being able to completely upgrade our herb transport. And that's going to make a huge difference, I think. Really a genuinely huge difference. So that will, in turn, increase ointment production, which is pretty much what we're after. Ointment production will give us medical wraps more consistently. Metal belts, I don't think can be sold. No, they can't be sold, which is fine. It's actually something that I'm totally okay with. Absolutely, totally okay with that. Yeah, steam production. How are we doing steam production? I think I want to do steam production. I'm assuming that steam trains run on normal rails, but that's maybe an assumption too far. I'm not going to worry about that altogether too much, though. Yeah, so we're gonna get a locomotive that's going to take resources from here all the way over to here. This area, which is going to be our sort of loading staging ground for all of the minecarts. I must say I'm actually reasonably happy with this area. It looks good. Looks good. I might actually purchase this area and this area as well. Ooh, what do we get? A train station, a train stop, a fuel loader, a steam locomotive. Can pull multiple train cars on rail tiles. Okay, so we want to do overland long transportation with this, right? So let me see if I can build a train station. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. A packager as well. It might be worth me packaging up my eggs before I ship them. If I'm going to ship in large quantities. I'm just thinking out loud here. Steam engine. I need to get steam pipes. Okay, let's get a train station. Let's see what we actually require. Ugh, potato, you dingus. Right. Steam generator we've got there too. We need to experiment with that. How that's actually used. Move train cargo. Okay. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So we're going to want to make sure that we get a steam engine at one end and or a train station at one end and a train station at the other end. Specialty goods as well we need to unlock, because that is going to allow us to sell specialty goods to nearby houses, which is kind of exactly what we want to build. Tell you what I'm also going to build just whilst I remember. What am I looking for? I'm going to build a packager. I'm going to build a steam generator as well. The packager is going to, if it does employ people, it's going to be reduced to 0 employment. Same with the train station. Thankfully, neither actually employ people, which is good. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the steam generator over here, just to sort of remind me, that this is something that we need to consider. But at the moment, we are. Oh, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. We'll talk a little bit about this probably a little bit later on in the episode if we get around to it. If not, it'll be next episode. Yeah. So the train station is gonna have 2 potential uses. Right, let's get the train station plumbed in over here. I think in here is fine. Let's see if we can move this belt into there. Will that work? So that's just gonna enter the storage. Excellent. Now, rail tiles. Let me see if I can, in the first instance, get a train system which connects up to our area over here. Now, how are we going to go about doing that? Is that our best way to go? I mean, it involves elevation. However, I think I actually have a route. Now, this is going to be a janky one. However, bear with me here, folks. I'm assuming that trains can go uphill. Again, maybe an assumption too far. I've made a lot of assumptions. I made a lot of assumptions thus far, and not all of them have been tremendously correct. In fact, a lot of them have not been tremendously correct. Right, looking good. Let's just keep this up, actually. Let's just keep this up. Let's just build a really wacky... Oh, you twit. Let's just build a really wacky and wild railway line. More akin to an amusement ride than an actual serious delivery network, but that's okay. Sometimes it pays to be wacky. Other times it really doesn't pay to be wacky. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I cannot see what the heck I'm doing. There we go. I can see what the heck I'm doing. Brilliant. Okay, so we've arrived at the staging ground. Cool. Right, so can I get some rail belt, please? I can indeed. Let's go. Let's go. and right the way down to yonder. And then we want to go down to here. Brilliant. And then we're going to have a train station again at this end. Can't afford. We need 50 metal bars. Do we not have any metal bars? I mean, that's a chronic problem. We are straight up out of fuel. Okay, let me see if we can increase the number of workers that we have in this mine. That's a pretty considerable problem, I'll say. Reduce it to 2. That doesn't seem overly... overly concerning, to be honest. That's fine. That is totally fine. Okay, so a little bit more coal might make all the difference there. We can actually just move this. We can actually just move this station for now. It's not a perfect solution, but it's fine. Right, so can we just put that as an input there? Is that gonna work? We are out of red coins. 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 But that's okay, because we're about to start selling. We're about to start selling stuff. Right. Do I need red coins for a train? I think I do. Steam locomotive? We need iron. We need iron and we need the coins. The iron is mostly, presumably, being consumed by all of the belt building. Sorry, not the belt building. Well, actually, yes, belt building. And also the track building as well that we're doing. We're doing a lot of it. We're doing a lot of it at this moment in time. We're very committed to building the track, which is great. Stonemason is having a bit of difficulty, probably because we just got too few bits of stone in here. See if we can crank up the amount of stone that we're extracting. We're using a lot of nails as well, but that's okay. Anyway, how has the mine worked? The mine has worked not too badly. Supply pickaxes, we don't have supply pickaxes to concern ourselves with. We also don't have any pickaxes produced by a workshop. Let me have a little look. I want to see what a supply pickaxe is. It's a reinforced plank. It's a reinforced plank and a bit of iron. To be honest, not super difficult. Not super difficult at all. Speaking of belts, let me see if we can get her belt upgraded. At least that's something important that we can do. Can I? No, that is upgraded. Excellent. Good stuff. And now it's the coins that are slowing our production down because the ointment costs 2 red coins to produce. Okay, I mean, look, this is imperative. This is imperative that we get the supply, the reverse supply system set up. So here's what I'm thinking. Basically, we move planks up from this train station over to here, right? And then from there into the barn. And then on the way back, we take the reinforced planks from the barn back to the train station, if that is a thing that is possible. If it's not a thing that is possible, well, that's an RIP. That's an RIP right there. But if it is possible, then that's pretty darn great, if I do say so myself. Right. What is the solution to this problem? The solution to this problem is to turn off all of the grabbers. All of the active grabbers anyway, so that I can just backlog a little bit of iron. Keep on accidentally adding logic connections. Right, so backlog a little bit of the iron here. That should help us out. Ointment production, maybe we could stop ointment production just for a second, because at this moment we're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul in terms of we're spending red coins in order to produce blue coins, which is a pretty bad position to be in, to be honest. Pretty bad position to be in. But you know what? Our happiness is still reasonably high. There's also nothing in the food market that can be sold for a red coin. Everything in the general store can be sold for a red coin, and we're literally only making jackets at this moment in time. What would it take? What would it take to increase our jacket production? More cotton. Literally more cotton. Literally more cotton. Yeah. Let me just check my logic blocks here. Is there a, I think I've got an idea. I've got an idea here. I think we can actually utilize a pusher. To, here's what I'm gonna do. This is a pretty good plan, actually, if I do say so myself. We're gonna utilize a pusher, and the pusher is primarily going to direct all of the resources down here. Otherwise, it's gonna direct the resources along this way, along this line here. And so into the workshop, we can send more wool in order to make cloth. So we now have two ways to produce cloth, and it does slow individual production levels down, but you know, on the whole, more cloth is better, right? In addition to that, we're also going to bump up the capacity of our cloth line by turning it completely metal. Which is actually super easy to do if we've got the resources to do so, which we don't. Disappointing, but fine. Right, still after red coins. Still after the old red coins. To be honest. Bit irritating. Very, very irritating. In fact, what are we spending our red coins on? I literally have no idea what we're spending our red coins on. I would dearly love to know. Got one warm coat. We're still moving the warm coats. Can I just increase my warm coat stats? If I could increase my warm coat stats, then that would be excellent. In fact, you know what? This building needs like 5 employees, because we've got loads and loads and loads of cloth potential. Yeah, we really do. We could also add a steam booster as well. I mean, that might be something. That might be something to consider. We don't have any steam pipes. Steam pipes presumably are made in workshops. What an assumption to make, Potato. Terrible assumption to make, as it turns out. Produced by machine shops. Right, what does a steam pipe actually require? Steam pipe is just literally 2 iron. Okay. I mean, I'm really short on iron at this moment in time, so it's probably a no from me in the short term. Also, I just realized I sold something, and that is going to allow me to build a steam locomotive. Heck yeah, dude. Okay, let's get it going. Okay, locomotive, turn around. Ooh, we need a fuel loader and a water loader. Right, well, I tell you what we can do. We've got the planks coming in here. Planks presumably can be used as food loaders, I think. Also, logic blocks. Yeah, so we've got a rail loader. Makes carts deposit or retrieve from buildings based on the rail type. Rail stop causes trains to stop or to unload cargo. Fuel loader. Try that. Unload. I want to unload. No, load. I want to load. No, I want a fuel loader. I want a fuel loader. I 100% want a fuel loader. Right, load. Load on the fuel load. No. God, this is confusing. Anyway, there we go. Excellent. Brilliant. Can I do this? Is this a legal maneuver? Is it a legal maneuver? You tell me. Cool. Right, so. Move train cargo. Missing input ingredients. What do we need? I feel like I've got a train. Also, I don't think that planks count. Okay, hot. Bit of bother that, actually. Right. Rail loader? Nope, again, not a rail loader that I'm after. After a fuel loader. Right, we're just gonna have to buy a person. Get them to do that. Okay, so will this work? Aha, it does actually work. Okay, so that's our wood sorted. That's excellent. The water is, I mean, magnitudes easier to deal with. Actually. Because all we do is set up a well, which we can get from, well, almost anywhere. Right there, for example. Okay. Right, you've decided to go on a little bit of a round trip. But that's fine. All right, this is, I mean, look, this is completely new to me. This is completely new to me, this whole thing. Oh my goodness, it chugs. Look at the speed of that thing. Look at the speed of that thing once it gets going. Okay, you know what I think I've done? You know what I think I've done? I think I have created a monster. I haven't really created a monster. I've created what I think is going to be a fully functioning and brilliant train network, to be honest. But what I mean by a monster is that I think the train needs to go in from the back in a specific location. That's just a guess. But we're going to give it a shot. Okay. So, let's just throw down like a little one-way system saying that, okay, we're not allowing you to go in there. So you should actually automatically find your way right around here. Cool. All right, let's give it a shot. Negatory. Missing input ingredients. A train engine parked at an attached train stop. Yeah, I mean, I would really, at this point, video game, love help on how trains work. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a train station. Move train cargo. One parked train. I mean, yeah, I like it. I like it, but I want... No. Cancel that. I do not want to go. I want a tutorial. I want the tutorial tip. Can you give me the tutorial tip again? It's a terrible state of affairs that I've got myself into. It's a disaster. Tutorial messages. I want them on. Give me them on. I want to know how the train works. Right, let me... No, okay, no, okay. The train station does make the... I mean, we've got the whole train transport thing down. We do have that. Rail loader. Do we need wagons? Is that what we're missing? Are we missing minecarts? Is that what we're missing? I don't think that the train requires wagons, to be honest. I don't think that is the case. I mean, if I set up a silo here and then have a rail loader and then just, I don't know, get logs over there or something. Turn around. Will you just create a wagon out of nothingness? Doesn't look like you create a wagon out of nothingness. It's not the rail loader, fuel loader, train stop. Yeah, hold until empty. Access type, load. Oh boy. All right, this is getting the better of me. I can feel this getting the better of me. First of all, train stations Are they required? I mean, train stops. Let me just try experimenting with this. I honestly thought that it was a case of just, you know, have the... Okay, so we got that in there. Excellent. Okay, let's give this a shot. He's blew through. He's blew right through there. Okay, this is a disaster. It's a total disaster at this moment in time. We have a steam locomotive. There is clearly like some very, very obvious component that I am missing. Look, on the whole though, this is gonna work. This is gonna work, and it's gonna work great, and it's really, really, really gonna help us speed up the transport of resources. And I hope it's gonna. It actually might help us. It actually might help us deliver to the food market, the apothecary, etc. We could get like one dedicated steam train or steam locomotive for every shop type. But you know what? We'll tweak this. We'll tweak this in the next episode. I'm gonna go away and learn how to steam locomotive. We're gonna see how that works in the next episode. So hopefully, I will return to you in the next episode, full of knowledge and hope and enthusiasm for the task at hand. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as ever for all the fantastic support over on the Patreon. Patreon.com/RoboToPotato. Also, thanks to Banana Nana and C Senpai for being the two $25 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.